Now, I kind of really interested in this next question and getting your thoughts on this is in your community that's like you said, mom and pops that are wanting to get in and invest in multifamily. They're already invested and they're looking to scale, and they're also operators as well. Kind of what is the interest that you're seeing from them in development? Meaning, like you talked about, there's so few inventory, and that's going to be a problem, right? There's so few multifamily properties that are priced right, I would say, right? Maybe a lot of them are compressed cap rates. So kind of, do you see an interest starting to kind of gain traction? And then if you do, what are kind of the challenges that you see that they are kind of hesitant in wanting to build multifamily for themselves?
Well, I'm absolutely seeing a huge spike in interest in people who are interested in building ADUs or figuring out how to, develop their properties or finding a property that they can then add to. I'll give a straight example. 2 years ago, I helped a client buy a fourplex in the Valley, Lake Balboa area near Van Nuys. And, he got it for a great price. He got it for under $1 million. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then what he did was he then took the garage, the non-living space, and converted those into 2 ADUs.
Awesome.
Regular size ADU, 2-bedroom, and then a junior ADU.
Yeah.
And now we're turning around and we're selling it as 6 units. However, interested speaking about the lending side, I've spoken to a number of lenders that have said, well, actually, it's still zoned as a fourplex.
Yeah.
So I would give you residential financing for this 6th unit, which is like, that's very interesting for a lot of folks, right? Because now you can get a 30-year loan on this. Right. That's what you want.
Right. Versus a 5-year fixed arm product.
Versus a 5-year or whatever it is. Obviously with rate shifting, you just have to see what makes sense. But I'm definitely seeing that. I'm definitely getting buyers who are like, I want something that I can build on. I want something that, because they see the trends, they're like, absolutely. They're looking to how to build more, basically.
Absolutely.
So there's no doubt that now in terms of their concerns, well, obviously there's one thing between being interested and the other having the capacity to carry it out, right? I mean,
exactly.
As we know, there's a big difference between like thinking about actually and then actually like hiring an architect and getting the engineers and getting all the plans and going through plan check and doing the actual work. That's a whole different level. And
how long it takes, right?
How long it takes. And these are things that obviously a lot of the mom and pops aren't quite prepared for, but you're seeing people are starting to get more sophisticated. And I always say, I probably should, I always wonder if I should say this out loud, but I do anyways. It's like, there are these kind of break points in the market. I always say that like up to about 2.5 million, you're still kind of in the mom and pop world. But then once you get past 2.5, 3 million until about 15 million, institutional people don't go below 15 or 20 million, right? Because it's too small. Right. So there's this world, I call it the meso world, between about 3 million and 15 million. Yeah. So there's some really interesting, opportunities and deals, and we play a lot in that space, so it's like, it's mom and pops who have gotten beyond, the mom and pop stage, and there's, maybe they've owned it for a while or they just have a certain amount of equity. And now they start playing in an area where they're above what most mom and pops can afford, but still, like I said, below the Black Rocks, of the world. So there's a very interesting space in that kind of, like I call it the meso world.
Yeah. And I just, quick plug is for anyone watching that are interested in getting in development. We have prided ourselves for the past 3 years to be at least your first step into kind of understanding what you can and can't build. And it's no risk because you're just getting the information from us. You're not committing to purchasing, opening escrow, or doing anything else. So definitely, I think we would at least let you know what you can and can't do as far as zoning for those properties.